Hey there folks, I'm here at the 49 Palms Oasis in Joshua Tree National Park, California. Just incredible. And yeah, this is a wild Washingtonia filifera Oasis California fan palm. And let's go down and check it out. So yeah, it's about a 3-mile trail. I think it's 3 miles round trip. You start over those hills up there. There's a parking lot just on the edge of the park here. And yeah, we just decided to come out here today. I've never actually been to Joshua Tree National Park, another national park. I love national parks, visiting them, and especially warm ones like this with palms. Although I should first start by saying, it's a pretty chilly day out today. It's today started. We were out in we drove out from LA, and yeah, beautiful drive, and we got to Palm Springs. It's about 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we got up to like Yucca Valley, which is this town just north of the park, and that's when you're like going up Palm Springs. I think it's like 400 or 500 foot elevation, and then you go up north around the north side of the park, Yucca Valley. You're just going up. I don't know the elevation, but it was like went from like 66 degrees to like 47 degrees, and now it's like the low 50s and windy, very a little bit less so in here in the valley, but up there on the ridge it was so windy. And man, yeah, it's it just shows you, because I always wondered, like, how can Washingtonia filifera be considerably hardier than Robusta, even though they're native to sunny, warm Southern California. And the reason is because a lot of these oases here, especially up in the mountains, are really quite, they get quite cold. I mean, yeah, it certainly gets into the 30s. I think it's like 31 is the low tomorrow in Yucca Valley, so extremely cold. And yeah, and then Baja, the Washingtonia Robusta is native to southern Baja California, where it really never gets nearly that cold. And my gosh, this is incredible. Look at the size of these palms. Let me get back for a second, get a shot of them. Wow, just gorgeous. Really, really stunning. And man, these are just incredible. And I've been to Thousand Palms Oasis. That's the only other time I've seen them in the wild. That's actually out near here, near Palm Springs. And they, the oasis there is super cool. It's like up against like a hill, and there's tons of them there. But this one's, I think, maybe cooler in the sense that it's tucked into like this valley, and it's it's like up against the hills, this beautiful desert mountain scenery. It's just so cool. And this, by the way, this Washingtonia is just immense. I mean, they really should be called Robusta instead of filifera, because they're really a lot more robust than Robusta. They got such thick trunks. And I mean, look at the skirt. I mean, this thing's gotta be like, it's gotta be like close to 20 feet wide. I mean, it's crazy. It is really remarkable. This palm is just huge. And you can just see, we always want to check for, in order to determine the health of an oasis, is the presence of seedlings, because you can have, healthy looking, mature palms, but if there aren't seedlings, that means that the palms are not producing enough seeds, or at least the seeds aren't setting and that they're under stress. And here you can see the presence, nice, healthy presence of seedlings here. And just looking fantastic. And this one growing right in the skirt of this giant Washingtonia here, and you can see just very, very beautiful. And I'm in the oasis now. Wow. Just crazy. Wow. So yeah, you can see the filament here on the leaves, and I'm just incredibly healthy. And this is the real problem is that the Southwest is really drying out. Generally the climate's just getting a lot less rain. You can tell by the health of like some of there's some forests up in the high elevation mountains here in the desert, and they're just all drying out. The water table's been, so stupid. They have like golf courses out here in the middle of the desert, which require an immense amount of water. They're completely unnecessary, and they just drain the water table. So the aquifers are getting drained, meaning the springs are producing less water, and ultimately a number of them are drying up, and just the underground water table's drying up. So some of these oases are on springs. Most of them are on springs. Some of them are around rivers, and then some of them aren't even on an above ground water source, but they have enough either runoff or underground water. And once that dries up, they're just getting less and less, and it's just a lot of them are dying. And yeah, but so this one here, there is a spring somewhere in there, I believe. And also you can see this canyon. All the water flows down here when it rains, and gives these palms water. And yeah, nice and healthy. You can just see how many seedlings are in there, and some of them getting crushed by all all this carnage, all these fronds. But yeah, nice and healthy and great to see this. And I don't want to walk around here too much. You can see they do have stairs in here, but the more you walk around inside the oasis, the more you're packing down the soil, and the more it's hard for the seedlings to actually take root, you know, in that hardened, packed soil. So, you know, you want to be careful where you step, certainly, and mind the health of the oasis. It's just so cool. These palms are massive. And you can see the charred trunk. Apparently someone lit an illegal campfire, bonfire, and it got out of control and burned the oasis, or at least part of it. So that's why a lot of them don't have as many skirts. So you can see what happened is the whole skirts get burned off. And then this skirt here shows how long it's been since the fire, because that's all dead leaves that's grown back since. So it's probably been a number of years, but thankfully they do grow back. And this is the thing, is the palms, even in a fire, and again, you know, fires can actually help the health of a palm oasis by clearing out invasive vegetation or competing vegetation. And let's just do a little walk around here while I talk. And the thing is that you know, palm can be completely burned, just be a trunk, a charred trunk, but there's still life in there usually, as long as it's not too high an intensity fire. Look at this palm growing in the rock here, incredible. As long as it's not too high an intensity fire, these palms can recover from it, and usually do, because that central growing point, which, you know, the entire foliage may be burned off, but that growing point will push out more fronds, and sure enough, they recover. And just look at the number of palms here, incredible. And this does, you know, a lot of the oases, like the Oasis of Mara just down the road, are really drying out and just, you know, really suffering, and a lot of dead palms. But this is a nice, healthy oasis. This is the thing, is that were the climate probably, I would say, had humans not intervened with the climate, and we hadn't started this, you know, this process of desertification and further drying out, these oases would probably be expanding a lot, because that's sort of the track they were on prior to the last few decades, where things have really started to dry out. A lot of these oases were actually expanding, and some of them still are. And this one really is, honestly, because you can see just the immense presence of young palms, and even out in areas away from the old palms. Sorry, one second. Sorry, even in the away from the main palms. Sorry, someone's pointing something out to me. Sorry, I was gonna say, away from the presence of the main palms, you see all these healthy young ones, which would show that the oasis is actually expanding, at least to a degree, and beautiful. And you can see this huge prickly pear in here. Look at this size of this thing. Look at that. Look at the size of that prickly pear. Amazing. And you can see the oasis, more palms expanding down there. Nice healthy ones, and these obviously weren't burned, have the full skirts. But just beautiful. Mojave yucca here, very common desert species. And the Joshua tree is actually, it's funny because they are growing out in Yucca Valley, the town. There's a lot of them growing down there and in the valley over there, but up here in the mountains you don't see as many of them. More Mojave yucca, which is a very common species here in the Sonoran Desert. And yeah, very cool. Beautiful place. And this is the 49 palms oasis. I don't even know if I mentioned that, but there are probably about 49 palms here, at least mature ones, and lots of seedlings, which is a great sign. It makes me so happy and really does give me hope. You can see the water down there. You can see the water source down there flowing. I mean, tons of palms in there, and lots of seedlings. So there is a constant water source here. But look at the size of that trunk there. Insane. Like I said, it does get cold here, but these palms can take it. You know, it doesn't get crazy cold here, but it shows why they were able to survive in places like Albuquerque that get basically as cold as DC. As long as it's a dry cold, they can take it. A magnificent place. Really cool. So you can see just the whole wall of young palms there. As I mentioned, showing that this oasis is in good health. Wow, look at that. You can see the water down there. I guess the spring is somewhere in here. Very beautiful. So there's even ferns growing in there. Head down depth. You can see that young one there. Nice. Healthy young palms. And I do want to watch out for rattlesnakes here, because they can be in the rocks here, and you do want to be careful with that, because that would kind of suck, rattlesnake bite. But yeah, look at this. Growing like out of the rock there. So yeah, I guess the spring is, wow, look at that little trickle of water there from that frond, tiny trickle. So I guess the source of the spring is somewhere near here. This thing is literally growing out of the rock, just a ball of roots. Presumably there's more soil there beforehand and then it eroded away, but it doesn't seem to affect the health of the palm. And there's actually a wasp's nest up on one of those fronds. I hope it's not killer bee, because they have been detected. You know, the killer bee is a hybrid between the Africanized and European honeybee, I believe. And stings from those will kill you. So, and they've been detected here in the Southwest. And I don't know if they're invasive, but they're at least a very harmful non-native species. Anyways, just really stunning place. Really beautiful. You can see all the water there. Super cool. And again, very nice and shaded in here. It's really quite incredible. And you can see that again, how the trunks have been burned by past fires. This one looks a little older. The last fire in here, this might have been a natural fire. Look at the way the trunk curves out here. Immense trunk. Amazing. And this is a little wetland here in the middle of the desert. Look at that. So cool. And another way to check the health of the palm is that, they might still have green on top, but if the crowns are like just a few leaves sticking out, that means it's unhealthy. But these ones have green leaves. If the green leaves basically go below that line, just draw like an imaginary line below around the growing point. If the green leaves go below that, that means the palms are healthy. So the palms here are certainly nice and healthy. Let's go try to find the water source up here. Beautiful. So I guess this must be one of the springs right here. Here's a fallen over trunk that fell a while ago. Oh, it looks like there's a wildlife cam there, maybe to capture mountain lions or something. And then look at those. This is just what's really amazing is the ability for these palms. Some of them are growing right in the water, obviously, but either way, it's incredible if they're able to survive such drought-like conditions, and such incredible droughts that they've had in recent years. But some of these ones growing up on the hillside, they got a little bit of runoff, but like almost none. Think about how little water is actually coming down from the top up there. It's just remarkable that they're able to survive there. It's crazy. Let's go over here. Oh, look at this trunk here. Here's one growing out of the rock there. Wow. Just beautiful. You can see the water flowing down here. Really beautiful. All right, folks, just wanted to share that with you, but this is the 49 Palms Oasis. It's sort of like two disjunct oases, one trailing along here, and another one over there, like sort of together, but very interesting place. Here's one of the spring pools, I guess. Water bubbling up from the San Andreas Fault, which is right here. So that's what these earthquakes from the San Andreas Fault are, what will create new springs. Look at this. Look at that pool right there. All natural spring water right there. Wow. Amazing. So I don't know if this is actually the spring source or if it comes from further up in the mountains. Pretty remarkable cattails there. Look how far up those palms go on the hill there. Unbelievable. Let's feel this water. Water's kind of a bit chilly, obviously. It's pretty deep here, actually. God, it actually looks like it's like 6 feet here or something. Is that just me, or is it? It actually looks pretty deep. But Yeah, and then it goes further up. There may be other oases up there. For all I know, it's amazing that these take root. Clearly this one's been here for a while. You can see prickly pear cactus there, intermixed with the young Washingtonia palms. And some of these, you know, they are obviously shorter than Washingtonia robusta, but some of these are like, they can grow to like 80 feet. Some of them in this oasis probably got to be getting close to that. You can see the nice, lots of seedlings in here. Just tons of them. And I got some growing at home that I got from the Thousand Palms Oasis. So yeah, again, and you don't want to step in here because this is seedling habitat. What may look like grass, those lighter colored, so that's obviously grass. The darker green, that lighter green, those are all Washingtonia seedlings. So you do not want to step on that because that's this oasis future right there. And obviously, you know, not all those seedlings will make it. Some will suffer from drought. Some will be stepped on by animals. I'm sure some will be stepped on by people, unfortunately. But you know, that's the future here, and that a lot of those hopefully will grow, become nice big palms, and continue the future of this oasis. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, come to the 49 Palms Oasis. There's a number of oases. Other ones, St. Joshua Tree, Lost Palms, Cottonwood Spring. There's a number of oases in the park here, and they you know, they are the future of this. These young palms really do give me hope that a lot of these oases will, despite drying and warming climates, will persist on for a little while, hopefully. And some of these certainly will be here. You know, these are, you know, despite all that, a lot of them are actually still thriving and even expanding, as this oasis shows. And just amazing. And I mean, let's just look at this thing. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy. Visit Joshua Tree National Park. Visit 49 Palms Oasis or one of the other oases in the park. Just an unbelievable place. Take care.